baby.
Yo, listen to City Field.
So Diaz has the first two.
Boom, baby. Yo, here we go. Here we go. Get ready, boys.
Struck out twice.
Get ready.
And fly deep to right. That was in the sixth inning.
Get ready.
And they were starting to get to Jacob deGrom a little bit. The Mets two.
Remember, you gotta
Ready
really
to turn it off right
I don't
after.
want to
Two
get
out,
sued.
nobody on. The crowd on its feet. And displaying Muncy has a couple of homers against Diaz.
Yeah, listen to
1-0
this
the
crowd.
count.
The energy is coming through.
I
Diaz
told
to
you,
the
dude, we can
mound,
beat the
now pitch.
Dodgers.
Swinging a bouncer wide of third. Picked by Escobar. Spins. Throws. Put it in the box. Edwin Diaz.
Yo, let's go. 2-1, baby.
29th save of the year. And the Mets
29th
have ended up
save
this
of the
series
year.
with the Dodgers
29th
on a
save
game
of the year.
apiece. Jacob deGrom
Edwin
gets his
Diaz,
fourth win
like
of the year
butter.
after a typically
Strikeout, ground out,
brilliant
ground out.
performance.
Freeman,
Martinez,
Turner,
two-run homer in the third.
Will
It
Smith,
turns out to be all
like
the
it was
Mets
nothing.
need as they defeat the Dodgers.
Welcome to the Built Different podcast. Let's get it. And welcome everybody to the Built Different podcast. This is High and Inside, episode 4. I'm your host, Thomas Saxby. I'm here with none other than Not So White Chris, Wolfie, and Ricky Mickey II. And holy my guys, this is crazy. Episode 4.
Boat.
Episode 4. So let's get started with some hot takes. Chris, you know, you're going to be the leadoff guy today, and you look just like the Red Sox season. What's going on, man? You look terrible,
You look
man.
like firm shit.
See why you got the glasses on.
Yep, you guys know I got the same call as Tony La Russa got. Doctors told him to stand down, unable to play. You know, he's not able to coach right now. Hopefully it's the end of Tony La Russa in a White Sox uniform. Unfortunately for me, I have COVID, so
Oh boy.
here's a nice little shot. We're gonna do it.
He's got some Dimetap.
little NyQuil. Little NyQuil.
Diamond's hat, yo. Oh my god.
Yeah, Chris messages the chat. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm not going to make it. Feeling kind of foggy. I was like, you sure? He's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, he's like, coming in. Coming
Here
in,
we
rain or
are.
shine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're a trooper.
Nah,
What's
man.
up?
So, you know, for me, you know, I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt today. It's fitting because the Washington Nationals guys they're literally a cartoon. I mean, Patrick Corbin, the worst pitcher in the league. He has like a 7 ERA. He's 4-17 on the year, but he was the one to get us a win and get our first starting pitcher win in 47 or 48 games. I don't remember the exact number. But the Nationals starting
true?
pitching did not get a
That
win.
is insane.
Yeah, they did not get a win for
That is
47
fucking
games.
insane.
Are you serious?
But
I
Patrick
saw that.
Corbin,
Wow.
I saw
Wow.
I saw that.
that is how
Oh my
bad
gosh.
the National season
I
is.
saw
Chris's COVID is cured after
And-
hearing that.
4-17. I
You
saw
know,
that. I saw that. I was
The,
like,
and you
wow.
guys, listen, you ready?
Most
You want to know what the
losses.
I'm
update?
gonna buckle up. Gosh,
That's impossible.
You know what the update on Steven Strasburg was?
he's alive.
Is that he's doing absolutely nothing at all. That was the update that we got.
Oh my
Right.
gosh,
He's,
yo.
he's somewhere with Chris Sale on an island.
Like, but he was in the Nationals dugout the other night, and I'm just sitting like, what am I watching on TV this year? I have no idea. But Cade Cavalli, he made his debut. He got shelled for 7 runs, and now he's on the DL for 2 weeks.
Oh my
so
gosh.
that's our top pitching
That sounds
prospect.
about right.
But that guy Aaron Judge, though, I mean, he's not a National, he's a Yankee, but he's got 51 home runs now as of this episode. He's 10 away from the AL record, 61.
Nice.
I think he's gonna get it. He's not stopping. You know, what do you think, Ricky? What's your top take?
Oh man, a lot on my mind. More so a little outside of baseball, but baseball. How these owners are waking up, man, and it's beautiful to see. We were discussing a little bit off cam about these guys getting these early extensions and not waiting till the last arbitration year or the second to last. They're getting the deal done. They're identifying their talent, who they want to move forward with, and they're committing to them. It is beautiful to see because I've always felt what made baseball not the most fun is the free agency part of it, where everybody that hits free agency is in their 30s. And now we're getting more guys that get it. You're going to get more bites at the apple. And it's going to make for a lot more movement amongst the younger players as well. Of course, teams aren't trying to hear that. They want to keep their guys around. But the game's in a beautiful spot in that regard. So, yeah, I'm pretty much loving that. Wolf, what's up, man?
Well, I was gonna say you actually kind of.
I see what you're donning.
Yeah, I was gonna say you.
Dude,
I don't know if like I
Orioles hat. What is
influenced
going
you
on?
like saying that, but like that's exactly why I'm wearing this hat is because I think you guys heard today Gunnar Henderson got brought up, and the second prospect behind, behind Alvarez, which Mets. If you see in this video, Giraffe Neck Mark, if you see in this video, tell them to bring up Alvarez. But Gunnar Henderson was brought up. Second at bat, hit a home run already. Ricky, I don't know if you saw, he already actually has a single in his other at bat, so he's 2 for 4 already today. Impact right away. These owners are doing it. Rushman already impact this year. He's one of the top catchers just already, and his first year, which is fantastic because I also said the Orioles might be actually a playoff contender, but not even just being a playoff contender. The fact that they're bringing up guys that they're playing above average to what they thought. 67 and 61. We thought they were going to be
like crazy how...
we thought they were going to be a bottom feeder.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how the Orioles, they were just the laughing stock. They sucked. They weren't even making moves in the offseason to get you to believe that they wanted to do anything this year, and then all of a sudden it was like they got into the season and just got a small ass taste of winning, and they were like, fuck yeah, let's fucking go, you come up, let's get it going. It's good to see.
Yeah, and I know there was a lot of limbo about do we deal Mancini. That man is at a stage in his career where he needs to be chasing certainty, like a certain playoff hunt. And if they can get more prospects for him, great. Keep the wheel turning, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like you mentioned with Adley, franchise catchers make great franchises. I think I said that on more than one occasion.
Amen.
Like, if you got a franchise catch guy behind the plate, it just does something for your win-loss totals. I don't know what it is. Like, Yadier Molina didn't even have to hit 250. And you knew that St. Louis was going to be in it every year because of the way that he handles that staff and just his command, command of the guys, and that locker room, whatever you want to call it. There's some kind of intangible with catchers. They're like quarterbacks almost.
Yes.
Like, you got a great catcher, you're good to go.
That's a great example. Absolutely. Like a catcher is like a quarterback or like a center in a way. But the thing about it too is you brought it up.
What was your question, Chris? Sorry. Well, what was your question, Chris?
So let me ask, if you were starting a franchise like an expansion team and you had to pick between Rushman or Julio Rodriguez, who do you pick?
Wow, hey, you're a sneaky one for that. You didn't even tell us you were gonna ask that.
Yeah.
That's a sneak. I love that.
I have my
Because a few weeks ago.
I was gonna ask it I was gonna ask it a couple weeks ago, and then.
So this was supposed to be an episode a few weeks ago.
The audience is shocked on that one.
This is a better question to ask right now because we're seeing it. Like, we're seeing because Julio started off slow, obviously, and here he is now.
Ouch. I mean,
I'm going with Julio. I'm not gonna go against it ever.
Yeah,
I mean, Rushman is cool and all, but I'll take the 99 speed and
I don't know what to do.
And the good fielding and the great bat and the great everything. I mean, Rushman, he's a cool catcher. He's gonna dominate. He's gonna lead, like you guys all said.
He's
gonna lead Baltimore to wherever Baltimore is gonna go. I'll still roast Baltimore and tell you guys that they're shitty. But
hating.
I'm going Julio. I would vote, honestly, right now, I would vote for Julio Rodriguez to be president.
So there you have it. I'm going Julio too. And it kind of goes like this. If he played left field or right field, that easily I would turn to Adley. But because he controls the middle of the field, like shortstops, center fielders, catchers. If you have a great one of those, then it's kind of apples and oranges once you get to comparing them. And that's what we're doing right now. A great young franchise catcher, a great young franchise center fielder. And it's close, but I gotta go Julio because he's showing me more already. I think Adley has more. Adley has more that he can show us as well, but with Julio, he has a higher ceiling, and the fact that he plays a premier defensive position as well and got a cannon for an arm. He's not just covering with his legs. He got a crazy arm. Man, man. He's basically Ronald Acuna AL. He's AL Acuna. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Bo Boy.
So,
but Adley could change this discussion in 5 years. He can make me look real stupid. That's why I'm like, it's tough. It's tough.
So if that's the case, then I'll say this: if we're gonna go with what they could be in 5 years, their prime, what we would hope a position player would be at catcher or center field as the top prospect like Adley, I'll take a 300 hitting catcher with 30 home runs over a guy that could steal bases and be a great center fielder, because we've seen center fielders. There's only one thing, though. Ricky, you just said it. Julio Rodriguez has proved it. Adley is good. Julio Rodriguez has done something we haven't seen before.
What is going on?
Dude, we talked about it last take. 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Boy just got his money. So, you know what? I think that's just, you know what? We got to say, I'm taking Julio every single day of the week in this case. Chris, you asked the question, so you wrap it up. Please make it 4 for 4, and if you don't, I got to hear this take.
Maryland Blue looks good on you, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Black on black.
I just don't know anymore.
I wasn't ready.
You definitely take
that
Julio.
In the back pocket this whole time.
He's a game changer. Straight up game changer.
Orioles got 10 minutes to end.
He's always that dude. He's always that guy.
Basically.
He's like, he could be the leadoff. He could be hitting he was hitting fourth. You know, he was hitting second, and then he was just hitting everywhere, and he just comes up and makes a play, whether offensively, defensively, when you need it. We've seen him hit those home runs late in the game. Especially that grand slam a month ago. That was a huge game. That was a huge home run right before he got hurt. Yeah, Julio.
Well, Saxby, what do you think about the contract, though? I mean, if we're going to talk about Julio Rodriguez, you being his fanboy, he got that contract. Break it down. What do you think about it?
Crazy.
I mean, I really love it. Let me pull it up real quick. I love it. I think, at the end of the day, you can see the risk. You can definitely see the risk in it. I mean, you're giving I think 200 mil guaranteed. It could potentially be 470 mil based on his MVP finishes and accolades and all that. So there's definitely risk to it. Just handing out the guaranteed 200 mil. But listen, let's be honest here. Let's be brutally honest. He is Seattle. He's gonna be MLB. He's young. He's dynamic. He has the whole city behind him. My biggest thing, though, is kudos to the fucking Seattle Mariners, first off. And here's what I want to say about that. This is a franchise-altering prospect right here. And they noticed that and saw that, and they played 0 games. He wasn't a September call-up last year. They didn't hold him for a month and a day so that they can retain him for an extra year. They pushed him into the spotlight as soon as the season started, and they said, if you want it, it's yours. Go take it. Because Seattle, while every team goes into every year looking to win, this probably wasn't a year that they sat here and thought that they were 110% going to be in the playoffs. I mean, the Julio Rodriguez decision to just put him in center field and just let it rip, and it worked because, again, he agreed with them, and basically look at what he's repaid them. He's had a hell of a year. Home run derby, he stole the show from a lot of people there, really put his name on the map during that. And he's been a big part in this new winning culture for Seattle that they haven't had since Griffey's been there. And this is like the first time ever I'm sitting here like, yeah, I can make an argument for the Mariners winning any game they play this year.
Isn't that crazy?
You can make the argument that they can probably steal a playoff series. Maybe they go on a run. But the biggest thing for me is that fans are showing up every day in Seattle. It's getting loud there, and he's a big part of that. So that money, I like this contract because it's, one, you're paying the man $200 million. Nonetheless, you're paying him $200 million, so the player's getting paid no matter what happens. And two, if he ends up a phenomenal player, he's gonna break records with the contract. If he ends up what he's supposed to, and if he doesn't, he didn't earn it. There's no argument you can make about this contract being bad.
Oh, none whatsoever.
So.
I think I read.
And it's fucking Julio Rodriguez, bro. He's amazing. Get paid, baby. Get paid.
He's such a star.
I had read some of the contract details. It's one of the most complex contracts I've ever seen in sports. It's like
a Rubik's Cube.
Player friendly, team friendly, and mutual friendly at the same time. I've never seen anything like it. Like,
they finally figured out how to make it friendly for both parties.
Super creative, yeah.
I think it's something crazy where it's like, I think the first 7 years are guaranteed that he has an opt-out. And then if he reaches certain bench points like MVP voting, then when he opts in, it's like another 2 something on top of it. And if he doesn't reach them, it's a different number. But either way, it allows him to go into free agency around like 27, 28 if he wants to.
It's so
man,
weird.
I've never seen anything structured like this. It's fascinating.
Well, think about this as well, is that think about what it does for the environment in Seattle. Because one, their prospects are now going to see that and be like, that's what's waiting for me once I get to the big leagues, this kind of contract. Okay, let me work my ass off harder and get there. And then on top of that, I mean, other players and everyone else is going to see this and be like, Seattle might not be that bad of a place to play. Because if they're taking care of their players like this, but also, it's business. Seattle's going to do what they have to do to save money as well, which is why they did this. Hats off to Seattle,
they'll throw money around.
That's off.
240 a few years back. They'll throw money around. But for once, they're really identifying who deserves their dollars and their resources. Like, next year, they're going to have to take care of Luis Castillo. And there's nothing that tells me that ownership won't do that. Like, I think we're kind of looking at a new, well, not a new, but a renewed.
I love every second of it.
Regime.
But yo, Chris, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I like the contract as well. I like the creative parts of it. I think, even if he, we all think he's going to be well above average, probably perennial all-star, could break records. We could all see it. Could be a 40-40 guy. He could possibly do that. So much potential. He did everything Seattle wanted them to do. Like, he changed his body. He went from the right field to the center field. He did that when he was coming up. But what also is great about it is you could see more MLB teams start to have like players come up younger and just like, you know, play the full season, get used to the game. Because even when he struggled in the beginning, they still let him stick it out. The light went out.
And even his struggle wasn't that bad.
Chris really having
but I
a
mean, like,
game right now. It's crazy. He's going through it.
He had he
The Red Sox, COVID, his light.
He's like the main reason they're in the playoff race. Like he's the reason they went out and got Castillo because, you know, in that stretch in July, he was like hitting doubles and home runs every game. Yeah, I think I don't know how many games in a row I mean, it wasn't even about games in a row, but he was literally hitting a home run almost like one every 3 games at least. He had to be in July.
He was taking away a run every game too. I was like, damn, he's everywhere on the field,
dude, and taking bases. Oh my gosh! Which brings me into my next point too, is that we talked about Julio Rodriguez last episode with the stolen bases and the home runs, and I kind of actually look at Julio Rodriguez's contract not about what his stats are right now, but what they're going to be in about 8 to 10 years. And if you dive down into it, whether he's going to get those incentives or not, just break it down and just say 28 to 32 mil a year, anywhere in that range, for 10 to 14 years. You're going to get him at an age of around 20 to 23, and I don't just say him, I'm saying players like that. When you give that contract, you're going to get 10 years of their prime if they actually produce like he's producing already. We talked about Adley hopefully doing that. Julio's doing that, which is crazy. And if he's going to do that, he's worth 10 years, even if you eat the last 4 years. Which actually brings me into my next point, too. We love Julio's contract. It seems like we're all in agreement. Julio's a great player. We all sided with him over Adley. Now, contracts for someone like Judge coming up. Do you guys agree with this? Toss the money at someone like Riley, Michael Harris. They're going to lock up Swanson with the Braves. I'm just using the Braves as an example. We can use Julio as well. Do you toss those 8 years at Judge, now knowing you could lock up a prospect earlier? Ricky, since Judge might be a free agent, seeing a guy like Julio, do you kind of want to wait more? I know Judge is an all-star, so that's a little bit of a different example. But just with some of these older players, because we look at Pujols and Miguel Cabrera, it seems like the decision is going towards these rookies. So what is your decision? Do you think guys in their 30s are going to still get these 8 to 9 year contracts? Or do you think someone like Judge is going to get it below like an 8 to 7?
You want to?
That was the longest question I have ever.
I'm sorry. I just kind of like I wanted to break it down.
No.
Holy shit! I'm sorry.
My bad.
I'm sorry. I was trying to like. Holy shit!
Mad cool.
I was just trying to give the details.
So I think what has been lost on a lot of people is that a lot of the guys that got big contracts, the position players will focus on, because pitchers' arms, they come and go, but position players. One thing I noticed is that a lot of guys that got these big contracts and it didn't work out, they were almost like, how do I put it? They were like first baseman type, corner outfielder. They had maybe some injury issues or underlying just body type issues. Like, all right, we all in hindsight know that Albert Pujols was playing a little heavy going into his 30s. It's the truth. So that, led to the foot issues, this, that, and the third. Miguel Cabrera, you could almost say the same thing. Giancarlo Stanton got his money after everyone knew he already had it. Difference with him, it was not, the way I put it, his stuff wasn't freak injuries. Like, it's like, oh my God, like this guy just breaks down every point. You know it's coming. With Judge, everyone talks about Judge's injury history, but what was his bugaboo, if you want to call it, that was like, he would have a nagging wrist or something like that, or you know what I mean. If you look at his injury history, it really isn't overly concerning. And if it does get to a point where it's like, all right, he's not the same guy in the field, that's what DH is for. And he's athletic enough that if it comes down to it, maybe we don't have a first baseman, maybe he transitions. 6'7", big target. I think he'd be excellent if he transitions out of the outfield at some point. I think there's ways that he could still be productive. I don't think he's going to fall off at the plate. I actually think he's a student of the game. And, this is for Chris. I looked this up the other day. So, you know how we had our little Shohei Judge back and forth. Check this out. You want to talk about my guy that points at the sky. Fucking nice. I got you. Judge's WAR is a 7.6. We're just entering September. 7.6.
Wow.
Shohei Ohtani, as a pitcher, is a 4.3, I believe, or 4.2. Look this up. His hitting WAR is 2.9. So you combine it, and he's still not what Judge is doing with just his bat.
I love that argument too. I would live and die by that argument.
He would be second in the league in combined WAR behind Judge and right in front of Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. I do my homework, boy.
I love that argument.
You have to say about that.
Well, I just don't like the guy. He's a Yankee.
Who's killing on
dude, that's the perfect modern day argument back to like the WAR thing, where it's like, he pitches and he hits, boom, boom. That's like a bombshell on them. But yeah, Sax.
And I mean, I'm talking now. Ohtani's scaring me. It seems like he's getting hot right now. Wrong time.
Wait.
Right now.
Oh.
So
right now.
I see it here as 7.7 to 7.2.
7.7.
Who's got the 7.7?
Judge got the 7.
Yeah, but I mean,
either way, that's
so it's got Ohtani's number 2.
Even if it's
7.2.
Even if it's 0.5, it should be 2 over if he's doing both. And he's doing both. All right, well, if we're taking in what apparently helps teams, then it doesn't matter if he's doing both. This is the modern day argument.
I love Ohtani. I told you, everyone know how we open this. That's my favorite player. It's my favorite player. If I don't check nothing in baseball, I look for what he did.
Absolutely.
But I know it comes in an L.
Yep.
What's that? The 15th letter? No, the 12th letter. The 12th letter is always coming with that dude, man. It's sad. He gotta get out of there.
You know what it reminds me of?
I mean,
go ahead, Chris.
And I'm hearing a Seattle rumor with Ohtani, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
I mean, the Angels are also like, the Angels have won 5 games in the last month, so like, they're not really winning
a
games.
weird time to do this.
It's hard to have a high WAR when your team's not winning any game.
Either way, though, it reminds me of that argument where people are like, batting average doesn't matter, but then they look at OPS, where it's the same thing with that, where it's like, WAR matters, but then you look at WAR, and it's like,
I mean, I'm
not saying he's
at the end of the day
at all, but.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, it's like, Aaron Judge, I really want him to win the MVP because of the story and everything he's done for New York and everything. But I'm really not going to be too mad if Ohtani wins it. Reason being is because at the end of the day, he has 29 home runs, 79 RBIs. He's hitting 269. He's had his fair share of walks. And then on top of that, pitching, he has a 2.67 ERA. He's 11-8 on a fuck-ass team. And he's struck out 176 batters in 128 innings. Now, I would understand if he wins because, again, you can say, like, it's like, yeah, he hits and he pitches, and that shouldn't be the only argument for why he would win MVP, but at the same time, imagine how fucking hard it is to do really good at both ends.
You put him on any contender, they automatically probably go to the World Series this year.
Yeah, but I mean, Aaron Judge is still my MVP.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think
him as
Aaron Judge is he's definitely gonna win it. Like, Ohtani's, I think, closer than some people think.
So you're saying we got a 4-person agreement on that?
No, we weren't saying that he's not.
I mean, I think, if you look at Vegas, like Vegas has Judge at like minus 750 right now. Like he's the clear winner. Like there's no dispute. He's not gonna unless he.
I don't even think we were saying he wasn't an MVP. We were just saying his
Vegas is the mob. I wouldn't get.
I'm just saying.
Think about.
Ohtani has 11 wins, you just said, right? And they have 56 wins altogether. So he's literally 20% of their wins come from his arm, like from when he's pitching. And
which is why I don't like WAR. If anything, this is my argument against WAR.
Me as well. Me as well. So I'm like, he's on a very.
Dude,
I don't like WAR.
I agree. Like,
but it's crazy though. He's 20% of his wins.
That's
20%
insane.
of the team's wins.
He's
on pitching.
He's so damn good. This is not an Ohtani hating group at all. We're just saying WAR is stupid.
His
my favorite player.
His last outing was wild. His last outing, he went like
WAR
is like 7 innings.
Yep.
Like 9 Ks. Like he's been freaking crazy down the stretch. Like crazy. No earned runs. Like.
For no reason.
They didn't blow the game either.
Because the Angels are getting nothing.
They usually blow it too. They usually blow his leads too. Again, that's like he probably. Dude's like again. You say what did you say his ERA was like 267, right? Like,
dude, imagine if he was on like you said, like the Astros or the Dodgers, but a team that'd be really cool if he actually went to was Seattle. That'd be a really cool team for him to go to. Him playing alongside Julio Rodriguez and then actually pitching along and actually freaking getting a win. Hopefully.
I don't know. The more that I'm thinking about that contract, dude, the more that I'm thinking about that Julio Rodriguez contract, the more I'm just like, dude, Seattle's building something, man.
What Ohtani?
They are building something.
Oh yeah.
I think what we have to realize with Shohei is the rules changed with the DH, so now the NL is completely wide open as well. You know, in terms of like because he wants to play where he's gonna play where he wants to play, Shohei. So
Pittsburgh.
But now like the NL,
the Orioles. Don't bring me back.
But
I want to see Ohtani on the Mets. I know that's crazy.
Stop.
I want,
dude. I can just see him being the guy that goes to a team like I just said, the Pirates, and just because he wants he doesn't want all the media attention that's gonna come from going to like New York or LA, but at the same time he wants to be the guy of a franchise and get them.
I can see him going to Seattle, to be honest, because he actually wasn't he gonna go there at one point and like the
no. Stop everything. I consider Shohei to be the ultimate competitor. There's no way in the next 5 solar systems from this one that he's going to Pittsburgh. I promise you, he's not going there. That motherfucker, he will lose his mind. He might as well sign a 20-year deal in Anaheim.
I would actually put a finger on that.
The what?
I said I would bet a finger on that. Like, there's no way he's going to Pittsburgh.
I know, but would you rather
he would lose his.
He'd rather go Pittsburgh. Imagine Ohtani. All right, Ricky. Imagine Ohtani going to
just
Detroit.
rocking the blue and gold or the black and gold.
Ohtani and Detroit Tigers. Dude, a Kansas City Royal Ohtani.
No, that's actually that's fire though.
No, I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying Ohtani, a Miami Marlin. It just doesn't. I can't.
Well, I can see it though. I can see it.
Baltimore.
I could see the Marlins because of Kim Yang. I think she's the head of their
yes,
their player development or something like that. She's the team president.
That'd be interesting.
She's phenomenal.
Yep.
Arizona.
The people that she has.
What did the Angels say to get Ohtani in the fucking first place?
It was Billy Epler, which is everybody keeps joking about the thing that the Mets could get him because Billy Epler. But I thought the original thing, we actually I'm not even joking because I'm wearing the hat, but I actually thought that they were close with the Mariners, and then Epler came in and kind of stole him. So, like, especially
Yeah.
with
He said,
Julio
you want to
going there.
bat, you can bat. You want to pitch, you can pitch.
Dude,
Do whatever
imagine
you
if
wanna do.
Julio went to
This is LA. We don't care. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. You want to do that?
Yeah.
You can do that.
We're the Angels. We literally don't give a single rat's ass about anything.
I don't know why. There's a part of me, though, that could see him going to the Dodgers. I just don't know.
Dude, why can't those guys win though? But like,
know
besides this whole Ohtani shit,
They will get.
Here's where
why can't the Angels win?
Because they
Arizona.
suck. They don't pitch it.
Look,
The
remember what I
Diamondbacks.
said about the Padres?
The Diamondbacks.
Dude,
The
Yeah.
Diamondbacks.
give me 5 great pitchers for the Angels over the last
top-heavy
20
with no
years.
teeth.
All of you. 20 years,
I think Shohei
top
goes-
5 Angels pitchers, 20 years. Jared Weaver, K-Rod,
Rodriguez.
K-Rod. Who else? Like, there's no... They have no pitching. Oh, well, Ohtani, like...
What do you mean? John Lackey?
Yeah, but
John
alright,
Lackey.
one guy in
John
20
Lackey wasn't
years.
great. He was good.
Yeah,
Dude, I can name
he
you...
was helping
I
out.
can name you Thor, Harvey, DeGrom, even Wheeler in 1 year.
Dude, why do you gotta bring the
Why
Mets?
no?
Owen?
I can name you...
What are pitchers about?
Dude, I can name you even the Yankees pitching staff right now. All right,
Yo,
Strasburg, Scherzer, Corbin. Like, who do you want? I'm just saying, like, there's so many good pitchers over the league.
Yo,
Dude,
what
just
about-
like, yeah, my team that has the
Yo.
2 best pitchers
Dude,
in the
I
league.
don't even like
DeGrom,
He had-
Scherzer,
The Red Sox had Clemens, Pedro.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I'm saying. Like, and that was on one team. Like, one team. Like, who do they have over 20 years? They go like Trout's good, Ohtani's good, Rendon's good, but like they have no pitching. They had Dylan Bundy had like a ERA out of nowhere the last. couple
Rodriguez
years.
was lights out.
No, I know, but I'm saying
was
like
lights
that's
out.
one guy. Like give me any Yankees staff. Like I said,
They had Vlad
Strasburg,
Sr.
Scherzer. Like I really didn't mean the Mets. I'm just
oh,
saying
they
like.
had Jim Abbott who had one hand.
and he was good, but I'm saying like,
He was.
give me like a,
I mean, they
a
did
powerhouse Angels staff.
Here's the thing though. The Angels won the World Series in 2002
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, how did they do that? I mean,
against Barry Bonds.
Vlad Guerrero, that amazing.
Barry Bonds.
And the Mets lost to the Royals.
Barry Bonds went to the plate 30 times. He was 8 of 17, 450 batting average. He had like 4 home runs, and two of those 17 were strikeouts. Like the dude
Yo,
was crazy.
They walked him 13 times in a 6-game series, yo.
Holy
I
shit!
feel like
Get the fuck out
13
of here,
times.
That's
He hit
crazy to
55.
think about.
how do you think Barry Bonds woke up every morning? That's my next question. How
Like
do you guys
this?
like? What do you think he did? Like, moment he woke up and just
He stabbed
I don't know.
himself. That's what he did every morning. What are you talking about?
I can't imagine that. Like,
Nah,
what I
Barry
imagine
Bonds-
is like this.
Barry Bonds woke up. He had a
No, he had the
grapefruit.
cream. He was
Some
he
he had
Oh,
some
yeah.
grapefruit.
The ringworm.
Yeah, grapefruit.
He had
some,
ringworm.
some like
He brushed his teeth
Organic
with the clear and
sugar.
rubbed his ass with the cream. That's what I.
nah. He
that's
said
what they
he sells the flaxseed.
The internet
Flaxseed.
said.
It rubs
So he
so
put some
sad.
flaxseed on top of his grapefruit, and then yeah, that's what he had that grapefruit. in the morning.
I just,
He had
like,
a protein shake.
I imagine this
He
like
looks
this
like a
big
man.
brolic guy waking up in like an all white, like his covers are white, like everything is just clean, and then he gets out of bed in like white robe, and then he looks in the mirror and he's like, "Hello God, what are we gonna accomplish today?"
His earring
And
sparkling.
then Morgan Freeman from
And then
Bruce Almighty comes
splashes, and then he splashes water over his face. And then he just goes downstairs and it just turns. Like, it just gets bad. Like, just crazy music he starts playing. He starts, like, punching himself in the face. He just fucking injects himself in the arm. Like, he just starts, like, turning into a fucking animal. Just...
Dude, he's injecting all day.
Just, like, fucking chews on some fucking barbed wire. Like, just... fucking fucking puts a shoe in the microwave and then eats it after. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that guy is.
Yo, I could definitely see him eating dog food out of the Fido bowl.
No,
dude looks down at his dog and he's like, you know what? That kind of looks good. Just reaches down, picks it up like this because his hands are fucking.
No, he picks up the dog
like,
first with one hand and then moves it out of the way and then gets down.
A fucking the biggest pit bull on earth.
Yeah. And it's just like a brolic pit bull. And he picks it up and it looks like a little squeaky toy. He's like, dee-dee, and it just like drops it.
Oh my goodness!
All this just to go to the stadium and see like one or two pitches that he can hit.
And those one or two pitches that he could hit, he was just like fucking. He would hit that shit and be like, "Why would you pitch to me in the first place, bitch?" Like just.
I'm having the most chaotic morning every morning, just to freaking see one pitch every day. What the hell?
Whew.
Like, I'm surprised they ain't charging me out every game. Like, you gonna walk me again? Like, just with the bat.
Like, I can just imagine, like in 2000, remember in 2008 when they just didn't want to sign him anymore and they kind of just blackballed him from the league? So how I imagined is, like, he, like, fucking, after they told him, like, it's done, you're not coming back, like, he messaged the owners, like, fucking individually with, like, a fucking gun in his hand and, like, his, like, muscle up in the screen. He's like, I don't even need this gun, but I'll fuck you up. You better sign me. You ain't kicking me out the league.
Came up to play, like...
Just gun in one hand, the sleeve rolled up on the other.
Oh my god.
That's enough right there.
No, that guy was...
That's a stick
That
up.
guy was different, man.
Yo, Chris, you good?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yo,
Barbed Wire.
Bing chilling.
Wire.
I'm chilling.
Name this episode Barbed Wire.
I mean, man. So what do you guys think about the Steven Strasburg contract?
Bro, he won the ring. He gets the contract. That's the deal.
He gets the money.
He deserves.
Yeah, I mean...
He deserves every cent.
Dude, it's fucking crazy that the latest update you'll see for Steven Strasburg is that he's doing nothing at all.
How many more years do you have left?
No, how many more punches can the Nationals take? Like, it's just stupid at this point. Like, it's bad enough that this Julio Rodriguez contract, I was like, damn, we could have fucking offered that to Juan Soto, but made the contract turn into like fucking $800 million and with some crazy ass incentive. I don't know. Why didn't you guys get creative? You guys just wanted to give him fucking 15 years and some bullshit.
Saxby, I'm sorry, but the Mets haven't won a World Series since 1986. Just be glad you got one right now because it's going to be a long haul.
That's your issue, man. That's an issue you're going to have to deal with for a while, too.
It's by episode 256, you're going to be like, you know what, man? Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
That's 40. That's like 5 years from now.
All right, so you know what? I'm being generous. Episode 1056, you're going to be saying the same thing. You know what? I agree with you.
Dude, that's like 20 years. Jesus, man, you're trying to...
Hey, Chris, man.
I'm messing.
How you feel about Devin staying?
Devers?
Is it happening? Do you want to give him 30 a year?
I mean...
Yeah.
I always wish the Red Sox kept all their players. Like, I wish the Red Sox weren't so cheap in terms of, like, you know, like I hated seeing Mookie leave. You know, you just
for nothing.
You saw, yeah, like, you know, even like yeah. I mean,
Michael Chavis.
But,
oh wait.
I mean, I think it's weird because what's
Potts.
weird right now is there's not really
Andrew Benintendi.
The prospects. A lot of the prospects the Red Sox have are infielders. So, you know, there's Downs, there's Meyer, there's Sasis or Sasas or Casas, Sasas. I don't know how to say his last name. How do you say it? Casas.
Carcass? How do you pronounce that? Carcass?
No, it's his name's it's Casas. Sasas? Sasis? Sasas? I don't know. But It's just they have a weird dynamic. Like I don't get why they went and got Eric Hosmer.
I gotta put this
like
on.
that's why Eric Hosmer makes no sense because they have the Sasis coming up, whatever his name is. He might come see. He might come up this. His name's not Carcass.
Sasson.
His name's no way it's Carcass.
I'm just
Look it up. Look him up.
Cadaver.
No, but I mean, like, when it comes to the Red Sox, man, I mean, you guys gave up Mookie Betts for like nothing. Like, you guys could, if you guys were gonna still, because you guys are still trying to compete. What? How long has it been? Like 3 years now? 4 years?
It's 4 years, yeah. 44 long years.
But yeah, so it's been 4 years. So it's like
it's been 4 years.
You guys are still trying to compete 4 years later. Wow. So what was the point of the trade if you guys knew you were going to continue competing? I mean, save money, yeah, but
that's what makes no sense. That's when they're just being cheap. They're just fucking being cheap.
Because when they did that, I thought it was like rebuild time, and then all of a sudden they just didn't trade anybody else. I was like,
yeah, they extended JD. They gave him the option. Like they re-signed Sale long term, and
that's crazy.
What?
And you know what's wild about that too is that, like you just said, they got nothing. Imagine the Mookie Betts hype in the Soto's like now, like. Dude, when Soto was getting traded, it was everywhere.
But they waited too long. They waited too long to get rid of him. Like if they were gonna get something like that, they had to give him up at the deadline. They weren't in position to get stuff back.
Too long for them to deal Juan Soto.
No. I'm saying that like even the Mookie Betts, like they got like there wasn't that much hype. Like they got shafted, man. Like even if it was a half a year, like it's still freaking Mookie Betts. Yeah.
When it happened, I was like...
And ever since Mookie Betts has become, like, overly good, and we're going to get into this later, he's been in my top 5 MLB players. Like that's just not a talent you just give up like that to get almost nothing back. It was weird. Like, how do you salary dump Mookie Betts?
Remember, it was Trout and
I have no idea.
They salary dumped Mookie Betts.
Remember, it was Trout and Mookie for a while. He's been top 5 for, like, going on 6, 7
Dude, you're almost
years.
you're almost talking about coming up on a decade, if you can believe it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, 2016 is like 3 to 4 years away.
Dude, I used to look at people real stupidly when Mookie was first, like, a rookie in second year and shit, and they were comparing him to Bryce Harper for no reason at all, and I would get mad at that because Bryce Harper was on the Nationals. And I was like, there's no way. He'll never even be close to Bryce. And wow, he's better.
Dude, even Bryce Harper, hasn't he been around for almost 10 years?
Yeah. I mean, they just didn't want to pay the guy. Like, I don't know.
And it sucks because even if you don't want to pay the guy, how did you not get more?
Yeah, I'm giving him the world.
No.
You know what's sad, though, is that we're actually all 4 of us are close to being in the same boat. Is because, I mean, granted, you guys got lucky. Chris and you both won a World Series.
Not even a canoe.
Yo, I got a tractor out back with like a rusty wagon. We could all hop on that. No.
I mean, not that I'm content with that. Not that I'm content without seeing another World Series, but you know, for me anyway, like I was at a World Series that my team played in, so like I'm sad. Like I could die tomorrow from COVID.
No. I'm saying that you guys have seen a World Series, but you also both lost
I need my chip before. I don't care how many I've seen.
I think so. Basically, what you're saying is, Chris, is that because like Mookie Betts and the Red Sox won, it just is what it is. I mean, that's how I feel about Juan Soto. So,
I mean, like at this point, like, I mean. They did get. I mean, I'm not gonna say they did. Like it's exciting, but Jeter Downs has still yet to really make his mark. So, you know, see what he does. But
the fact y'all have a shortstop named Jeter Downs, just so y'all know where clout chasing gets you. That's exactly what y'all get.
I mean,
and relief.
That's exactly what y'all get.
Derek Ups.
Yeah, I just think like if you look back at the like, there wasn't. I don't know what they were doing. Like, who the fuck knows? Because they did Chris? Stupid shit. Like, they kept JD. Like, they could have got rid of him during the trade deadline. They pick up Hosmer. Like, what the fuck? Like, who knows what the Red Sox are thinking right now?
I'm gonna open this can of worms right now. I'm gonna put a gun to your head, Chris. Sorry, I know you have COVID. I don't mean to pull out any guns. I don't, But who's your top 5 MLB players right now?
Top 5? Like, personal,
yes.
Like, who I like the most?
Nope. Who do you think are the top 5 MLB players in the league right now?
Pitcher, hitter, bang, man, go.
Whoever you think it is. Who are the top 5? Doesn't matter. Anybody. 1 through 5.
I would say, in order, top 5, I'm just going to throw out 5 names.
Okay.
I'm throwing out 5 names in no particular order. I'm going to say Sandy.
Sandy Koufax?
Alcantara. Easily. He's
top 5 player? Like
top.
I know, that's why I was a little thrown off.
Not all time, like in MLB right now, this everything season, right? Everything considered, not this, like everything considered.
This season?
Like,
you put Sandy on any team he's probably got 20 wins.
It's a good argument.
I actually was gonna.
I think he's the best starter easily right now.
He's been consistent for several years. Hell
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just taking it to another level now.
How about him? Verlander.
Zach seems a little offensive.
Verlander.
Give me Shohei. Give me Aaron Judge, and give me. I'm gonna give me Goldschmidt. That's what I would go with.
I don't know, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, no way.
Mike Trout.
No way. Right now?
Hot take.
Top 5 best players this year.
Nah, not this year. Just everything considered. Who's your
top
I
thought you said that was this year.
No. I thought I was pretty
now?
loud about everything considered. Yeah, like just who's your top 5?
Like right now, like
I mean, like I'll just stay. I'll stay
that's
with
current.
Those
current.
Yeah, those are my top 5.
You mean current?
Put some respect on it.
Yeah. I mean, either way, current players.
Fuck Mike Trout. Yeah. Yo, Ricky, who's your top 5?
And real quick, y'all, we segued right before I could say, I think Betts is chasing Roberto Clemente. I think he might, when it's all said and done, be looked at and revered better than the great Roberto Clemente. But that's for another time. Top 5, Shohei. Of course, I got the boy up there. I got Judge up there. After that, it gets a little murky, but I'm gonna go.
So you said we got Shohei and Judge.
Yes.
Okay.
This is gonna. I'm probably gonna get killed. I got 2 guys that are coming off injury, and one is suspended right now, and that's Acuna and Fernando Tatis.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That's.
Yeah.
I was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My fifth guy, I'm totally banking it on potential, even though he's shown me enough. I'm actually going to get Julio again.
That's a good call. That's a good
call.
Look
at this hot take city up in here.
No. I got time to bring it back. I can't do that. He's my honorable mention. A healthy DeGrom, what are we talking about?
Okay.
DeGrom got to be. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
Wolfie?
He got to be in there.
So I agree with most of what everybody says. I'm going to obviously go Ohtani. I'm going to go Judge. DeGrom is in there. I'm going to kind of like pair the next 2. I know we're going to do 5. It's kind of hard because there is one guy I'm going to add in at the end for like a bonus. Verlander's definitely in there. Chris, you brought that up. He's been just such a workhorse his whole career.
Verlander
Scherzer is one of the best players in the league. And you know what? I'm going to go hot
3
take,
starting pitchers in your top 5?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I'm going to just sprinkle in a little bit of sprinkling of like that 6th, 5th player. I think we just saw it today. And you know what? I know it's all the years combined, but right now Diaz is one of the best players in the league.
All right. But we're asking top 5, sir. So are you saying?
Yeah. So that's why.
Diaz.
So I'm cutting him out.
So you're putting but basically you're saying Edwin Diaz is 6th.
They're my 5. Yeah. No. But like I said, he's like my sprinkle on top. He's my honorable mention. As an honorable mention,
I don't know. Ryan Brazier's been in tougher spots than Edwin Davis.
Oh, dude. Goldie's better, Arenado's better, but just to try to mix it up because everybody's doing the same take to give that little, like, you know, who's an important player. Diaz.
Edwin Diaz, number 6 in the MLB, boys.
Yo, you know who has more rings?
Hot take of the day.
Who has more rings than Edwin Diaz? Daniel Bard.
Kirk Neuenhuis, I think, does.
All right, I'm gonna give my top 5. So.
Kevin Plawecki might have more rings, to be honest.
Woo! So my I'm gonna give my honorable mentions first, and then it's definitely not Edwin Diaz.
Oh! No! You can't do it first. I took the bullet to say Diaz.
Okay, fine.
Now all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, here's my 6th. No, that's not how it works.
I mean, my 6th isn't no fucking Edwin Diaz. It's Jacob deGrom, but whatever.
I'm just messing. I'm messing. I had to give my hot random take of it.
Nah, man, you believe that.
It wouldn't be an episode without it.
You know why? Because the trumpets.
Dude, we didn't talk about the Mets enough. I had to come through.
No, and I'm not saying Edwin Diaz is a scrub. I really like him, but like number 6 MLB player in the league is just crazy.
Oh, absolutely not. Like I said, he's the man.
All right, so number 1 for me, and I have him in order. Number 1 is Shohei. He does it all. That it doesn't take away from the MVP being number 2. Aaron Judge is my number 2 player in the league. I think he's past Mike Trout, who's my number 3, who I feel you guys got to give a lot more love because even though he's injured, we know he is a top 5 player when he's on the field. Mookie Betts is going to be number 4 for me. And number 5, I don't care if he's struggling. Even though he's struggling, he's still doing everything that we need him to do from a top player, and that's Juan Soto. That's number 5. You can't. I can't deny that guy. And then my honorable mentions were DeGrom and Scherzer. They were 6 and 7. Arenado was 8. Goldschmidt was 9, and Acuna was 10.
And by the way, just to actually kind of clear something up, there is one player we haven't mentioned that I actually do think should get a real honorable mention.
Cody Bellinger.
Machado actually is a really good player. Machado's been playing very well the last couple of years. He's Diaz aside was just.
Oh, if we had a top 5 favorite players in the league, he's in that.
Oh no! I like I said, because I really obviously wouldn't take Diaz over Mookie Betts.
Well, why?
Saying, Machado's like a good
I could put him in the top 5. I could even you could make the argument.
I mean, you could make Freddie Freeman. You could put him in the top 5.
Oh, Freddie Freeman, and then J-Ram. J-Ram was the other guy I had up there. No one talked about him either. When he's on, he's one of the top 5 hitters in the league.
One of the top 5 losers in the league.
It's Jose Ramirez?
Yeah.
Top 5 player?
No, I said top 5 hitter.
I mean, you could also...
When he's on.
I mean, Vladdy. There's tons
he can take over a whole month.
Well, with that, we're gonna take it to break. That was a good first half of an episode. We're gonna go to break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back.
But what I wanna lead off the second half with is discussing an important series that just took place. That series being the Atlanta Braves squaring off with the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, that happened last weekend last weekend, Friday through Sunday. So how it went down was that the Braves, they made a statement in Game 1. Strider pitched pretty well. The Cardinals got rocked. The Braves won 11-4. Quintana was the pitcher in that one. He took the loss there. But the next game, the Braves blew it. They lost 6-5. They gave up a bases loaded walk to lose the game. Kenley Jansen he got the blown save in the loss. And in the third game, the Braves blew it again, and they lost 6-3. They had a late lead. Helsey got the win for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals win that series ultimately. So, Ricky, since you and I are the guys that kind of feud over the Cardinals for whatever reason, Jomo, what did you think about the series? Cardinals take it in. They took the series 2-1.
Forgive me, my mic had cut off real quick. But I feel like the Braves are just a deeper team. What my takeaway from the series itself, it doesn't tell me anything if these two teams were to collide in the postseason. We've been seeing a real two-man show all year from Goldie and Nato, and have we brought up any other third Cardinal in that lineup? Has anybody? From playoff time? Any other third Cardinal in that lineup doing any kind of real work?
And you're talking about besides Arenado and Goldschmidt?
Yeah.
Go to Google.com, man. Search up Tommy Edman, man.
I'm in the box score, so you know what I mean? Tyler O'Neill is starting to pick it up. Dylan is really good against left-handed pitching. Dylan Carlson. But they got holes, man.
I think they got.
They're gonna do their thing because they're a team that is veteran laden. They have experience, and they just got good vibes going. Of course, with what Pujols is doing, chasing 700. Wayno, of course, just great locker room, just great feel good. I said it before, sports writers want this team to go as far as possible. But the Braves are just, and I was going to say Wolf don't want him to say this, but the Braves got some shit, man. They're like an old school AL team, man. They like 1 through 9 hell. And they have the pitching. And their bullpen is on, I can't say on steroids because we're talking baseball, so that's gonna cast rumors. But no, I think ultimately Atlanta's gonna run through that team when the chips are down.
Well, Chris, what's your take? Because you're basically gonna be like shown as dying for like half this whole podcast.
I just want to like, go in and shake him to make sure he's alive.
And you died during that take.
Chris
What's
up? Fading like the Homer Simpson.
Yo, honestly,
he just is gonna like sink back into the curtains.
What was the craziest part of the series was the fact that it was Jensen who fucking gave up he walked the guy to lose the game. Like, what? Like, I don't think count the Braves out for the playoffs or anything, but it was a moment, and he had another moment like that when he blew a save against the Dodgers, and I don't know. I just think that the Cardinals have a very good infield. Like they're all four of their guys in the infield are very good, and then you have Yachty behind the plate. Like they have a lot of the veterans. 3 people retiring. I mean, Wainwright's money when he's like, I want to say the Cardinals are probably like, I want to say Wainwright when he pitches, he's like the most consistent. Like the Cardinals have the most wins with Wainwright versus like anyone else in the MLB. Like when they pitch, if that makes sense. Like they just win when he's on the mound.
Yeah, it's like the run support is probably through the roof for him because I see him win a lot of 7-3, 8-4 games. Sometimes he may give up 2 or 3 runs, but he gets a lot of them on his days. He pitched the bats come alive
for sure.
But I don't know how much you want to guarantee, count on that.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I don't, like I said, I don't think the Braves, I don't think you count the Braves out because that one series or anything like that. I think, they have some distractions right now. They're just with Ozuna and just gotta get rid of. I mean, they're talking about voiding his contract or trying to, but I don't think you hang up the whole series on just the whole season on that series, but. It did show that they're not untouchable. They're definitely not untouchable. And the Cardinals they have dudes who it's I don't know, the Cardinals they're that team that just never goes away, They have a lot of experience too.
Wolfie.
I mean, you guys hit a lot on it. The Cardinals are a scary team. And we talked about it last week, too, when we broke down the Pujols thing, like how good their team is with Yachty and their bullpen with Hazley, all their pitching staff. But the thing is, which makes me laugh, is that the Braves finally faced a good team. And I don't even want to say they got exposed. They played hard, but it's just more that this is going to be an interesting playoff run. The Cardinals are a good team. They finally took that division. The Braves are a good team, but they finally clashed. Goldie obviously is that good. Arenado's great. Even when you have like a team with Acuna and Swanson and Riley, it's crazy to think the Cardinals still took them on and win. Even with the Mets having these things, with Lindor and Alonso McNeil beating the Braves, like they can be beaten. Mm-hmm. So if anything, it just shows that this postseason is going to be so exciting because anybody can beat anybody. Mets tonight with the Dodgers, Braves with the Cardinals. You know what? It's going to be exciting.
I mean, the Dodgers got to lose once in a while. I mean,
it's the same thing
they got 90 wins.
Dude, it's the same thing with the Braves. Plus, the Braves also just lost to the Rockies before that, which actually kind of reminds me. I wonder what they're doing tonight against the Rockies. Yeah. But clearly, they can be beaten as well.
They won.
Did they win?
I think sure. anyone can be beaten this year except for I don't know, the Dodgers.
Their pitchers can get rocked.
They did. Tony just went down too. But that's what's scary. What's scary right now is there's a lot of aces going down. McClanahan just went down. Verlander went down. So Verlander,
Cortez went
McClanahan, Tony Gonsolin went down.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Cade Cavalli went down.
Oh wow, the Braves did win.
He didn't go. Yeah, he didn't go down. He didn't go down. They were like,
he was already down.
We're gonna fake an injury, so your first career start is not the worst ever. Damn.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, so I mean, my opinion on the series is that Ricky, and I'm gonna kind of come at your take a little bit. Is that this series did tell a lot, honestly. One thing is that first game specifically when Quintana got rocked, I think if there's one weakness that the Cardinals do have, it's their starting pitching. And I think this series right here is the perfect position for both teams because there's a good chance they're going to play in the playoffs or they're going to be playing similar teams in the playoffs. So for this series, I think you can tell everything right from it. And for the Cardinals, they know that they need to tighten their starting pitching after this. I think they're going to take this month to really figure out who those top 3 guys are, top 4 guys are. And I think from this series alone, you got a good look at that. Quintana's just not going to be one of them. And the other thing for the Cardinals is that they have clutch. They have the clutch hitting. They have the situationally, they were perfect against the Braves. Damn near perfect. I mean, they lost 11-4 in the first game, but those next 2 games, the timely hitting was there, everything was there for them. So that I thought that was huge for them. And on the Braves side, is that they have the offense, they have the capable starting pitching, but at the end of the day, I think their bullpen needs a lot of work because this was an important series, and if your relievers are blowing it in an important series like this, I don't know, you got to work on it. I think definitely their weakness is the bullpen.
I just count on good hitting a little more than timely hitting. And I say that because it just takes those, like, all right, let's say the Cardinals draw like the Mets or something.
Hello?
You know, another team or something like that. But if you're facing a team with a 1-2-3 beat with, you know, some beast ace, they can. I don't want to say this because they've been a great story. I think they're a candidate to get swept, depending on their matchup.
Ooh.
Yeah, Brooms.
The Cardinals?
Brooms.
No way.
Brooms. What do you think we talking about? What do you think we talking about? The Dodgers is in the powerhouse?
So as it stands right now, they're number 3. They're right now, if they finish 3rd, I believe that they would face the 6th seed, which is probably going to be the Phillies or the Padres.
Now, if they draw either one of those teams, the Cardinals will advance. Let me not sound crazy. They could beat either team, and pretty handsome.
I mean,
it's
from a
not
sweep
even that
to
I
an
don't see the
advance.
Cardinals being,
Wow.
like, it's not that I don't even think the Cardinals will go all the way. It's just that I don't see them losing, or like not even winning one game against the teams. Like, they could definitely win a game against the Mets, the Braves, the Dodgers. If they just took 2 out of 3 from the Braves, I don't see them getting swept. That doesn't mean they're going to win.
Ricky, tell me, with the Braves last year, right? How did they win the World Series?
Timely hitting.
By taking more teams than their opponent.
Timely hitting and what else? Their bullpen, right? We can safely say their bullpen snapped last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, you can say their bullpen. Mm-hmm.
My whole point to that is I think it's, especially with how pitching is right now, we don't see it right now because pitchers are dominating games because of how the balls are, whatever you want to say. I think the bullpen is the most important piece because let's say, for example, you know, your big ace doesn't pitch well. Who's the big ace on the Braves? Let's say Max Fried, and he's done it before in the postseason where he's laid an egg. If he doesn't have a good start, let's say he gives up, 4 runs in the first inning and they take him out, you have to trust your bullpen to get you all the way to the end of the game. And if you're telling me Jansen, because in that scenario, Jansen's going to have to at least eat an inning no matter what shape he's in, if he's pitched the prior 3 nights or not, he's going to have to be in that. And if you're gonna tell me that he's gonna, in a big game, he's gonna give up a walk with the bases loaded.
Good point. And we're back.
I'm sorry.
So you guys are sleeping on the Cardinals bullpen though. The Cardinals.
No, that's what I'm saying is the Cardinals have a top bullpen and they have the timely hitting.
Yep, I agree.
It's going to be a tough series no matter who they play.
I think they got a better chance than the Mets.
The Dodgers, any of those teams
playing
anybody.
The playoffs in general is going to be nuts.
By the way,
man.
just a quick round back to something that was said earlier, Chris, because you brought up Alcantara, who's just got phenomenal stats. The one thing that's wild to me is he leads the league in innings pitched, right? With 185.2. And also he leads in complete games. He's actually 10th on the list in strikeouts, and one of the guys that's above him is just shocking to me, which is Charlie Morton. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't sound right to me that Charlie Morton has more strikeouts.
Charlie Morton found something with that slider or curveball, whatever it is, it just transformed him. Because he always had the velo.
Right? It's just like, dude, it's just,
but
just saying those names.
Whatever he found just turned him into some other shit.
And the Braves are deep though. They're deep.
And
that's what I'm saying. They're just deep, man.
Well, here's what I'm doing. Listen, if I'm him, Sandy Alcantara, I'm picking up my iPhone 13 Pro Max because we know that's what he has. I guarantee it. I'm going to Uber.com. This is him in the off season. I'm going to fucking Uber.com, and I am getting myself the fuck out of Miami because what's about to happen here, and it sucks, is because he's there till 2027 unless they trade him or whatever. Like, this guy, man, he's on track to be an all-time pitcher. Like, based on the stats that you said, Wolfie, and the fact that he's pitching complete games, he's been very healthy since entering the league. His first full season, I should say, in 2019. But, like, looking at his stats here, I mean, to have an ERA of 3.19, to pitch 200 innings and have 201 strikeouts, this was his stats last year, and have a 9-15 record, that's just gross. Like, we could be looking at the next Felix Hernandez with this guy.
Oh,
and
gosh.
that would be awful.
No, we hope and pray that don't happen.
Derek Jeter's going to turn the franchise around.
He's out.
He's already gone.
Out,
he left there too.
He left.
That's the point. That's the point I was going to make.
I just mentioned Kim Yang or whatever her name.
Like, bro, Jeter was like, yo, he went on the Uber app and he said, what's the price to go to New York from here? Yep. All right. Yeah. No. I'm out of here now. I got a documentary to make. Fuck these guys.
He beat Sandy to the app. He was like, I'm done.
It's sad because they've compiled one of the best rotations that have been in the league for the past, since they've had Jose Fernandez, and it's just like, it's just not equating into a winning process.
Yeah. And
it's just yeah, fuck the White Sox first off. So when they hired Tony La Russa, right? Here's how I envisioned it going, right? So they sat down and they were like, okay, we're not gonna hire anyone that can actually help us win. So we want to do something crazy. So they all came up with like 10 names and they put Tony La Russa last because, just as a joke, they put him last just to say they had a top 10 list.
Because why not?
And then the first 9 guys it was just so stupid that they didn't hire them. So they were like, do we even call Tony La Russa? I mean, he's mad old. He's probably like, sitting in a rocking chair out in Wyoming somewhere on his back porch knitting or whatever he was doing at the time, drinking a full pint of Jack Daniels and
no chips, no ice.
And then all of a sudden, like, they called him and they were like, hey man, so we got this bet going on that, we're pretty sure you're going to say no, but, we're betting on how you're going to say no. So do you want to come manage the White Sox? And he's like, and then he's like, yeah, why not? And then everyone just fucking looks around. Don't even know if it's a good idea or not. But they just sign him. They sign him over the phone. And Tony La Russa just gets his trousers on, heads to Chicago, and just ruins everything because they have a really good, group of talent.
Their core is enviable, man. Like,
nothing to show for. Lance Lynn doesn't even want to play there anymore. He's got a 9 ERA or whatever he has.
That whole team is just, I don't understand.
Lucas Giolito totally just said, fuck this shit. What up, fuck this.
Is it bad that I'm really happy for Lucas Giolito not being good?
Yeah, that is kind of messed up, bro. He's all about the stream.
Oh, there you go. They're enjoying that Adam Egan deal still, I guess. Or not. One of the other.
Not like...
That was a crazy deal.
Yeah,
I never did that, by the way. I wish I kept Lucas.
Just to make a really, really loose comparison, it's not saying it all, obviously, star-wise and that. But it kind of reminds me of the Angels, where it's they have such good talent in certain spots. I don't understand how they're so bad. Where it's they shouldn't be this bad. I could see under like you said, they're right now 64 and 66. I could how are you at least not 4 to 6 games over 500 when you have Minnesota, Baltimore, obviously Toronto's good, Seattle's 72 and 58. How are you guys not even 500? It's just
I keep saying they top heavy. Bro.
Oh, apparently, man. They're just not cutting it.
There's a lot of top heavy teams. I'm telling you.
And I mean, I get it. They've had their bad luck with injuries, but they're deep to the point where an injury to Eloy Jimenez shouldn't have hurt them that bad.
Oh yeah.
Or Lance Lynn not playing in the first half of the season should not have hurt them that bad.
Yeah. But
like I don't even Liam Hendricks. It sucks. They got so much good talent. It's just for no fucking reason either. Get Tim Anderson out of there, man.
Tim want to go. He's done. He's sick of that place.
And
Chris, do you want to do your normal plug for the Guardians?
I just think that the fucking White Sox suck.
Yo, you beat me to it. I was about to be like, young moolah, baby.
The White Sox just suck. They just suck. We all knew the Royals were gonna suck, but man, the White Sox suck.
I just feel bad for like the people that sat there and were like, yeah, our White Sox they're gonna we got Tony La Russa, we're gonna do it all this year. Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
It's crazy because they have Dylan Cease too.
You know what?
Dylan Cease.
The White Sox got the wrong old guy. They should have called Buck.
Nah, they.
And it's crazy to me because they're only 6 games behind, which in this division is like that's like 2 games. So
3.
Like, my thing is, how do you not sit there with all the talent that's sitting there, with Tony La Russa, your legendary manager, how they're just not sitting there like, oh man, we're 6 behind. Maybe we should just fucking figure it out and start winning. I think we can do. There's no one in that clubhouse, I think, that's just sitting there like, yeah, we can come back, and it's totally possible. But they've lost 5 in a row, and they're 2-8 in their last 10.
What blows?
And they're still 6 behind.
Wait,
I don't even think it matters.
Yo.
What blows me away too is looking at this division. You have Kansas City
Tommy,
Royals at
I just
53
did a check on
and
Grandal.
78, and then you have the Angels at 56 and 74. They only have 3 more wins than the Kansas City Royals. That is sad. When you have a team with Ohtani and Trout and
slugging is higher than his on base percentage. How do you even do that? No.
Wow, you guys got real. Like, I can see why the owner's getting kind of shoved out the door.
His hitting. Yo, Wolf, his OPS is like 550. That is.
Let me guess. He's played like.
Yo, that.
Holy fuck! He's played in 74 games. I haven't heard about him once.
I haven't either.
He's going home with $18 million. He's living a better life.
I thought he played like 10 games and got hurt again or something.
Oh my god! I promise I could get a 600.
I'm literally
dude,
like
his slugging percentage is 259.
I have to actually see it with my own eyes. Like, how is this?
He's hit 3 home runs and then I think nothing but singles.
I think Ray Ordonez swinging back.
Wow.
What happened? What happened?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Bartolo is a legend.
Oh, they're paying him $18 million this year.
His
in
last
Hex.
7 games, he has a 391 on base. He has a 222 OP slugging. I feel like I could hit the ball. I feel like I can hit the ball better on accident, slugging wise.
We can have like a whole Yasmani Grandal.
Dude, I think Bartolo Colon is a better slugger than that.
He's making more millions this year than he's gonna score runs.
Whack! Oh, shit.
Yo, he's making more millions this year than he's gonna score runs. He only scored 9 runs this year in total. Wait, he's stolen a base?
How?
On a
Someone tell
pitch.
MLB The Show his 0 speed has to go away. And you know what's crazy, actually?
So, motherfucker, you didn't show up in any aspect, but you decided one day to just steal a base.
Tell me this, Ricky, Chris, and Sachs. He had a year. Just take 2018, an 815, or I'll just go slugging, a 466, a 468, a 422. 2021, which was last year, he had a 520 slugging
it takes hard
with
work
a season of 940 OPS. This year he has a 257. What the hell happened? You're not even talking about 100. You're not talking about 150. You're not even talking about, like, you're talking almost 300-point difference. Like, and it's not like his average is going up. Like,
yeah, nothing else.
Just
he's literally a zero speed.
And just to,
the show.
Just to give you an example, he lost 300 points in slugging, and he's almost the exact same in on-base percentage. So it's like he just lost everything else.
Whoa.
So it's just like, hey, instead of me hitting like 50, extra base hits with mixed singles, it's just, no, here's just singles. That's it. No extra base hits. Or it's
we'll roast him another time.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, but if he has a stolen base, give him that.
So I don't want to waste any more breath on this guy, honestly.
No, I
think he's taken. Yasmani Grandal has taken enough of our thoughts and words today already by just that little conversation we just had. So, COVID warrior, like make it something holy, like COVID legend, like a COVID hero.
Yeah, that's good.
Because come on, man, like I can see it on ESPN now. Like the first person to record a podcast with COVID
never gives up. Works from home.
The first person to have COVID and a Red Sox flag in his background to ever record a podcast on a Wednesday night.
Forces himself to stay up after drinking NyQuil.
Yeah, look at the strength in his face.
Like seeing shit, he's like, yeah.
He's just got a hero pose right now.
Dude, he's seeing colors after those 4 fruit cups.
He's like, you know what, I actually am a Yankees fan.
He's like the fucking Stone Cold, but like with fruit cups. Just...
No, he fuck out of here. No, Chrissy sound. That's what the fuck is going on. He sees.
He knows, like, he knows what Thanksgiving's gonna be like already.
He's in.
Let's take us, Wolfie, Ricky, take us home with some final takes.
Oh man, as we're all like just big kids, hype about this playoff run, we are officially barreling into September, which it will be tomorrow. So. Yo, I'm just gearing up for almost anything. I'm scared of slumps knocking out teams, hopefully down the line. I'm also leery of teams getting hot behind us. Don't want that. Don't you're gonna trip me up. I can't see it, but they always get hot, right? They always get hot. So yeah, I'm a little, September got me a little nervous, but it's a good nervous. So I'm just looking forward to it all, and I definitely hope Judge clears 60. I don't really care about 61.
Dude, this has definitely been one of the most exciting MLB seasons, like not of all time, because it'd be a huge long discussion if we to dig into. But this has definitely been one of the more exciting seasons that I've witnessed. We got the storylines of good, we got the bad, we got the fucking Tatis shit, we got we got it all.
And just to give my last take too, to go on with exciting
Free Brian Reynolds.
Since the last episode, Albert Pujols has hit another home run. So you know what? That we're on that watch. We're on that 700 watch. So let's keep that in mind going out, boys.
Dude, if he can't hit, he can hit 6 in a month. It's gonna happen. It's 6.
I'm saying this. He's gonna hit it, and if he doesn't, he's not coming back. It has to happen this year.
Dude, I'm just saying. I feel like he only played this season to get the Well, I don't know, because who knew he was gonna hit all these home runs, but he wanted to go out with the Cardinals, whatever.
Definitely.
But like, look at him running around the bases on these home runs. This dude is like running on absolute empty. Like this, there is no way he doesn't get these 6, dude. Like, he's like running and just like fucking limping, and you can tell he's in pain.
No, it's true.
Like, I see it. The reason why I see it is because I think he's gonna like tear a hamstring and still play, because
absolutely,
like he's gonna make sure it's gonna happen. There's no way it doesn't.
We'll keep watch for the next one.
Yeah, and then my final take is I said it about, I don't know, some team, the Rangers, whatever, that they're dangerous. The Arizona Diamondbacks, and I'm probably gonna change this every single episode. But the Arizona Diamondbacks are now the team you guys got to watch out for in the future, because they called up that Carroll kid, and this team is, if you've been paying attention at all this year to the Diamondbacks, I don't blame you if you don't, because the Diamondbacks, whatever. But they've kind of, I mean, right now they're ahead of the Giants, by the way. They just passed them to third.
I actually like the Diamondbacks. I'm a big fan of them.
They've kind of just been there, like, not a good record, but not a totally bad record. Like, they're 61 and 67. They've just been hovering around there all year. Yeah, same.
I had them losing 100
now it's
games.
the Nationals that are going to lose 110 games. So it's like,
he's going off right now. He's hitting like 288.
But the thing about I'm not tripping on the Nationals because I know about the farm system y'all possess now. That's the whole thing. Like, if you have a bad team and your farm is lit, you still have something to look forward to. So you can always keep that in mind. But yeah, like we've discussed about Oakland, it's like y'all just a dumpster fire in a desert. Like it's freaking bad. It's
so
bad, bad.
With that all being said, what a fucking episode.
Episode 4.
Chris is dead up there. Chris is dead up there.
He's like, yeah, good episode. What?
Yo.
Yeah. Huh?
Look at him.
This was a Built Different podcast, just another episode. Please like, follow, subscribe, sell your soul to us, do some rituals for us. We're gonna keep bringing this good content. Well, we're gonna keep going. Well,
fuck the Yankees.
Or don't.
This was. Yes, he mustered up the energy to say fuck the Yankees.
But please do.
They've been at 70-something wins forever. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Let's get it.